Back to my YouTube channel. My name is Frank. I'm a math teacher. I need us today to do continuation of integers, specifically doing the operation. So I need us today to handle the operations that we have in mathematics: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So if you're new here, kindly subscribe. Support my channel by subscribing, liking. You can even comment. Let us today start by doing addition. In addition, we just do addition mathematics as usual. For example, if you're told to add 1 plus 1, for example, you're told to add 1 plus 1, always to add 1 plus 1 will give you 2. Just the same thing. So in this kind of addition, here we're going to do addition of integers. Just as the previous video, what we were talking about, what integers is and what is a number line, how to represent numbers in a number line, how to draw a number line. So today we're going to do an operation basically using the number line. We already know how we add numbers. For example, I've given an example as 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So when you're given a number line, this is an example of number line that I've drawn here, just as how I explained and how we drew our number line yesterday. So if you're told to add 1 plus 1 for us to get 2, but now we are adding using this line that contains numbers. So we have a positive number and we have another positive number. Remember, positive numbers can be represented in two different ways. We can represent positive numbers as positive 1 or as 1, just assuming the number. So for this case, we want to add 1 plus 1 for us to get 2. Begin. We identify from your number line where the positive number, the towards your right hand direction. That is where the positive numbers are. So we first of all ask yourself, which digit are we finding first? Is 1. You come to your number line, identify where 1 is. This is our 1, right? So we're supposed to add 1. I said for you to know a positive number, it is always the sign, then the number. So positive 1 means this is a positive 1, a positive integer. So it means for us to add 1, we are going to go to a positive direction 1 steps. So let us try. Our initial number was 1. We are going to go to the positive direction 1 steps. So for this case, our new number is what? Is 2. I hope I have tried to prove how we are getting 2 from the initial operation that we know, that is 1 plus 1 is 2. So from our first example, that is plus 3 plus 0. This simply means we are adding 0 to positive 3. You will simply identify where 3 is. It's here. So we're supposed to move 0 steps. Here we were moving 1 step towards the positive direction because of positive 1. But for now, in our question here is positive 3 plus 0. It means we are going to the positive direction, but now 0 step. It means we will still be in positive 3. So positive 3 becomes our answer. The second question is negative 3 plus 3. We simply draw a number line as usual, and then we start from the first number, that is negative 3. Where is our negative 3? Is in our negative direction. That is where we start from. We are supposed to go in the positive direction, that is the right hand side. How many steps? 3. So we start counting the 3 steps from our initial number, which is negative 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Give us a 0. Do not forget, if it is a positive, we are going in the positive direction, the right hand side. If it is negative here, we are going in the negative direction, the number of steps, the number of that number. Number of steps, the number is written there. So when our answer gets 0. Do not forget to always write your answer below after working the number line. So subtraction is just the same way we did addition, but nothing actually has changed. For this case, we're having positive 7 minus positive 2. From the laws that I'll definitely talk about here under multiplication and division, we are having some laws concerning integers. That is, if you're having a negative and a negative, either dividing or multiplying will always give you a positive. We're having positive, multiplying or dividing positive will give you a positive. We'll have a negative, either dividing or subtracting positive will give you negative. All this law means if you're having same sign, either dividing or subtracting will give you a positive. We're having negative, we're dividing or multiplication, we're dividing or multiplying, a positive number will give you a negative. So for that case, let us take the laws with us to how we do subtraction. So how we do subtraction here is basically we're going to apply the laws that I've talked about. So negative and positive, here is multiplication as a law applicable here. Why? Remember how we always open bracket and BODMAS. We open the bracket always by multiplication. So whenever we see a bracket, it means multiplication. That is how we always open a bracket. So we need to open this bracket so that we can have one sign. So for us to have only one sign that is remaining here, we're going to open it by multiplying this sign and this sign. So we are going to get something like a positive 7, a negative multiplied by a positive will give us a negative 2. So with whatever we have now here, we'll go to our number line, we draw our number line. Our starting point is a positive 7. Positive 7 is towards the right direction. That is our positive 7. And then we're supposed to go to the negative side. This is the left side. 2 steps. So from a positive 1, 2, we stand at positive 5. So positive 5 is our answer. So simply in multiplication and division is a little bit different because now the laws are basically applicable here. So this is what you're supposed to have in mind when you're doing any multiplication or division of integers or BODMAS. That is combination of 2 or more operation in one. You're supposed to have these laws with you. When you are multiplying or dividing same signs, your answer must be always a positive. And when you're multiplying or dividing different sign, that is negative and positive, your answer is always negative. And look at all my examples quickly. In the first example, we're having negative 6 and we are multiplying by 5. Simply, always multiply the signs first before you multiply the whole number. So we are having negative, here we are having positive. It will always give us a negative. But the law that we're having here will give us a negative. Then 6 multiplied by 5 give us the 30. Then when you go to example 2, that is negative 30 divide positive 3, they're the same thing, the same law. Negative, when you're dividing and positive will give you a negative. So negative divide positive will give you a negative. Then come ask yourself, 30 divide 3 will give you a 10. So your answer becomes a negative 10 as a negative number. And then I'm having a last example. There's combination of different signs. We're having multiplication, subtraction, division, addition and subtraction, and brackets. Bracket is one of the operation that we have in mathematics. So in this kind of operation, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to use BODMAS. BODMAS in mathematics means bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So for this case, where do we see the bracket? We see the bracket here, 2 minus 1. So that is the first operation we're supposed to do. We will rewrite the whole thing the way it is, and then we subtract 2 minus 1 for us to get 1. And then after bracket, what else off? We don't have off in our equation. Then division, yes, we have division. I've come and identified division, it's here. So we write everything the way it is, we come do the division here. So we'll have 6 multiplied by 3 minus 4 divided by 2 gives you a 2, plus 5 plus 1. After division, what else? Multiplication. Do we have multiplication? Yes, we have. That is 6 multiplied by 3. 6 multiplied by 3, it's 18. So we write everything the way it is. Then after multiplication, we go to addition. This is where most of the people get it wrong when it comes to addition and subtraction. Most of the students do mistakes here. You'll get a student adding 2 plus 5 plus 1, then subtract all of that from 18, and that is totally wrong. So when you're doing integers or you're doing any number that to do with, any operation to do with the BODMAS, be keen when to add and subtract. So you're only supposed to add when you're dealing with positive numbers. And whenever you're going to do subtraction, you're subtracting a negative number. So let us do this. First of all, when you're having this, identify all the positive numbers. What are those all positive numbers? 18, we're having positive 5, we're having positive 1. All these positive numbers that we have identified, that they are supposed to be added. That's why I have written, when adding, make sure you add positive number. It is so key. So key. So 18, we are adding 5, we are adding 1, will give you 24. Do not forget they're supposed to subtract 2. We're not going to add 2 because this is not a positive number. This is a negative number the way it is. So we're going to subtract this negative number from our addition or our summation. So we're going to add 18 plus 5 plus 1 give us 24. Then we subtract the 2 that we had, we give us 22 as our answer. So I need you to do more practice on BODMAS, do more practice on addition, how we do subtraction, how we do multiplication, how we do division, and even combine operation that involves BODMAS as a whole. And if it is helpful, let me know on the comment section below, and continue to support me by subscribing, and I welcome you all. In case of any question, feel free to ask. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.